kilohertzes, bits, inputs and outputs. We're talking about interfaces today. The current market for interfaces is so big that a lot of people have trouble with choosing the right one. I've made some guidelines that make things a lot easier when selecting an interface. So the first decision you need to make is, do I need any gimmicks? A normal audio interface only converts digital audio signal into analog audio signal and analog audio signal into digital audio signal, of course. This analog signal is at line level, so if you want to use a microphone you also need a preamp. If you want to use it on your speakers you also need a volume controller. So these things can come in handy if they are included in the interface, and luckily there are a lot of them on the market. First of all, you need to choose if you need a monitor controller, if you need any preamps, do you want to connect some microphones to it, do they need phantom power or not. Those are really important things to choose. And also, do you need DSPs? And with DSPs we have two different categories. We have UAD, which is from Universal Audio. If you need them, if you want them in your interface, you are limited to a few choices. The other form of DSPs in interfaces is a mixer you can control from your computer. It's mixing inside of the interface, and that gives low latency headphone monitoring, which is handy when you're recording. Another thing to consider is form factor. There are two form factors. One is rack mounted in a 19-inch rack. The other one is desktop, or yeah, just desktop, not mounted, because I don't think you're going to screw it in the... Alright. When you want to have a monitor controller in your interface, it's wise to go with a desktop model. This is because a rack mount model is most of the time stuffed away somewhere else in the studio and you don't want to run back and forth to higher or lower your volume. Another cool thing about a desktop interface is that it's portable. You can easily put it in your bag and take it with you on the road. The bad thing about a desktop interface is that you will end up with a lot of cables that needs to go in the back, and this can get a bit of a cable management mess. The next thing to check is the connections. First of all, the interfacing connection, which can be USB, Firewire, which is a bit obsolete by now, Thunderbolt, and on the more professional interfaces that can be AES or MADI. AES or MADI most of the time doesn't come directly out of your laptop or desktop computer. You need another box in between to convert the computer signal into AES. So only professional interfaces use AES or MADI. Other interfaces will have USB 3 or C, or I don't know what's trending right now, or Thunderbolt. Firewire, I'm not sure if you're buying an interface for the next 10 years, don't go for Firewire because it's obsolete. And the last thing you need to check is quality. Quality in terms of build quality and in terms of audio quality. Don't fall for the kilohertz myth. I will link an article below that will go much deeper into the kilohertz myth. 48 or 96 kilohertz is more than enough. Don't fall for things like 320 kilohertz or what the heck people do. And also ask if you can borrow one from a shop or one of your friends. So if you check off all these things, you can really narrow down your choice to a few interfaces, and there is only the difference of quality or just some small things, maybe aesthetic things, that will make your choice much easier. Please let me know what interface you have chosen in the comments below, or if you already have an audio interface, which one you are using and why you are using it. I personally really like Apogee converters. I use Rosetta 800s, which aren't made anymore. I really like the sound of them and the build quality also. It's connected to a Pro Tools setup, HD2, and I just love it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you can do something with this information, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.